Edition here on ASO TV. My name is Joy Radimene Asoye. Well, we've been off for a while. For some of you who noticed, I apologize and we promised to do better. We had some technical issues we were trying to resolve, but I'm happy to announce that that's over with. Well, there's so much coming up, the social media space, and everybody seems to be rife with some information that is all over. On top of my lips right now is the just concluded unveiling of the running mate of Bola Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. I apologize, and all the controversies that has followed that. Meanwhile, the political party in Nigeria has also unveiled its presidential candidate as the other president, the former presidential candidate here, has resigned his position, which is what a lot of women advocates have prayed for, and that's happening now. We would also discuss the lessons from Osun State. Remember, we had not had the opportunity to discuss that on this platform, and today we would also discuss all of that, the lessons from Osun State, especially for other political parties, as a lot of political commentators are applauding that elections and calling it a true, free and fair elections. We'll be discussing all of this with Dr. Stanley Ije. He's the National Vice Chairman, South of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, the national chairman of the Allied People's Movement, APN, and the presidential candidate of the party, Alhaji Yusuf Maman Dantale, has withdrawn from the 2023 presidential race. In a statement he personally signed and made available to journalists in Abuja, he unanimously have chosen Princess Chichi Oje, a prominent Delta State-born politician. She's referred as a patriot and leader, to replace him for the office of president. Now, that is one of the subject matter that women advocates all over Nigeria had been pushing for. How come there is no party that fielded a presidential candidate, a female presidential candidate? And now we have an opportunity to see a woman, or have a woman in the ballot. And I'll ask my guest right now, would you say that now that there's a spread, there's no reason why anybody would say, I am not interested in the elections, the elections that are coming? There is a woman, there are presidential candidates from all over the country. You have yourself to blame if you don't get an opportunity to align. Is it indeed a good thing for the woman? Is it worth celebrating?
Yeah, for the women folks, that is worth celebrating, because they have one of their own now in the ballot. So the onions of what happens to the women in this dispensation actually belongs to the women.
Exactly, to have an opportunity to prove themselves. Now, some people were hoping that the NNPP would pick a woman as the running mate to Kwankwaso, to give that semblance of a balance.
Yes,
we didn't see that.
Yeah, NNPP is a very gender-sensitive political party. During the screening of the vice presidential aspirants, the party invited over 5 to 6 women who participated actively in the interviewing process.
Right.
That I know very well.
But there's something, one of the stereotypes that we often get. I was one of the people privileged to attend the unveiling of your principal's running mate, that's Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso's running mate. And I saw a lot of women come to the podium to support that. And a lot of commentators and political commentators and people would say, women are always kept in that space where, when the men pick themselves, we are very ready to now support the men and not necessarily take charge. what would have been so wrong if we saw a woman emerge as running mate? To show, you just said that they are gender sensitive.
We are very gender
and
sensitive.
I give it to you, during your unveiling, I did see a lot of women supporting in that level. However, what would have been so wrong to show Nigeria that balance and to tell the world that it was time for the woman?
Well, our party, like I said, we are very, very gender sensitive. And during the process of selection and the screening, we did, like I said before, screened a lot of women. But this election is very strategic. So a lot of things were taken into consideration, and women were given opportunity, to the maximum level. And that one of them was not chosen is not as a result of the fault of the party. There are criteria you set to pick a candidate, especially a vice presidential candidate.
Now, are those criteria as part of those sentiments that come? Is Nigeria ready
They
to
are not
support?
sentiments.
Is Nigeria ready to support a female? Because those are the sentiments that are often played in our heads. Is Nigeria really ready to support a female? Would a female be a good running mate? All the dynamics that come with being a woman, everything would be put into consideration. She has children. She has a. Is that one of the things that was considered?
No. We were all children at one point in time, and we are all nursed by a mother.
Yes.
Every man is a product of an effort of a woman.
Of course.
And NNPP as a party, we recognize that. That is why you see at all levels of the party, we have women participating at every level.
Okay, now let's move to the unveiling, the unveiling of I apologize,
Our vice
Senator.
presidential candidate.
Yes, Senator Kwankwaso's running mate,
Bishop
Idahosa. Yes. Why was he picked? Would it be, like a lot of people have been speaking about, would it be because somebody from the north, which is Kwankwaso, trying very hard to prove that he is very liberal towards Christians from the south? Is that
you might be right in a way. First and foremost, I want to take this opportunity to thank our leader, our able leader, dynamic, Senator Engineer Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso, the Board of Trustees, the National Working Committee, and the party at large for giving South-South the opportunity to produce our illustrious son, Bishop Isaac Idahosa. For a very long time, Nigerians have been talking about giving the youth an opportunity. Kwakwanso is a man whose love for the youth knows no bound.
right?
And he has graciously answered that call by Nigerians that youths are the future leaders of tomorrow. So today he has taken somebody he can tutor, somebody that is dynamic, loved by everybody. Bishop Idahosa was born in the north, schooled in the north, and he has one of the best training ground for youths. So the choice of Idahosa is a divine call to duty to the youths.
Right.
And let me tell you something. If you look at the political space, the South-South was the only region that was not taken into consideration within the political equation.
What political equation are you talking about?
Northeast has an Atiku. Northwest has a Kwakwanso. Southwest has
A Tinubu.
a Tinubu. Are you getting me? Southeast has an Obi. All right? So South-South was left behind, nothing. But Kwakwanso, being the leader that he is, a man with a fair mind.
But give by this thread of discussion you're following, the article picked somebody from Delta State as well.
Well, Atiku picked somebody from Delta State.
The Delta State
He's an
governor.
elderly man, too. He's not a youth.
Okowa is an elderly man.
Yes, he's within the same age bracket with Tudumbu and the rest of them.
Wow. I'm not sure of his exact age at the moment, but it will be.
I am telling you, the right choice was made by Rabi Musa Kwakwaso to balance the age of the political presidential aspirants and the vice presidential aspirants, and to give the youths a sense of belonging. He did not only do that, he looked at the sensitivity of what is happening today in Nigeria vis-a-vis the Christian-Muslim dichotomy. And he brought a man of God to balance that, to wipe away the tears of the Christians who have felt so shortchanged by the choice of other political parties.
But there's a spread. Everybody keeps saying that there's a spread. Why are we beating this conversation over and over when we have the opportunity to say, let's go to the ballots? Anybody that wants a Christian ticket has a beautiful opportunity to pick one. Now there is all sorts. The banquet is full of different colors and different. Like in Nigeria, they'll say different rishi.
Yeah.
Now you can pick whatever you want. Why are we so bent on speaking about other political parties? I've heard recently about the angle that a political party chairman is from a certain region and the presidential candidate is